Hey there, trying to land a job, internship, or scholarship? You're going to need a resume, but don't worry, we'll show you how to build one, step by step, even if you are just getting started. Let's go! When building your resume, you want to start with the basics. Like your legal first name, the hiring team needs your legal name for document purposes, not your nickname. Your phone number, your professional email address, your city, and your state. This is just the start of your resume. You want to make sure that it's readable, so we recommend fonts like Arial and Times New Roman, not these big, crazy fonts. Here are the do's and don'ts of starting with the basics. Do use a professional email address. Don't use something like TaylorSwift2003@gmail.com. Use something more like a version of your first and last name, so that the employer and hiring team will remember you better. Once again, do keep a consistent format throughout your entire resume and make sure you try to keep it to one page. Now onto the don'ts. Do not put on your personal or sensitive information like your age, race, gender, picture of yourself, social security number, or precise address. Your city and state should suffice. The reason why we say this is because your resume will be handed off and scanned by many people, and you don't want your information getting out into the wrong hands. Now, this section is the bulk of your resume, education and experience. Let's start off with education. You want to make sure you have at the top your most recent education experience. Then you can work your way down. From there, you can add things like your school's name, your graduation year or expected graduation year, your GPA, and your degrees. But make sure your degrees are spelled correctly and in the right order. Here's an example. As you get older and gain more and more job experience, you may have to start removing things that you did a long time ago. But it is important to keep job experience that correlates with the job you are applying for. On the other hand, if you are younger or in high school, you may not have as much job experience. So you can add your extracurricular activities like dog sitting, babysitting, sports, or even volunteer work. Don't forget to add the dates of these activities and a short description about them, because your job employer may not know everything about them. And you can, and probably should, add your awards and achievements if you have any of them. For example, you can add TCP's Academic Excellence Award, which can help show employers that you're ready and can rise up to the challenge. Here are the do's and don'ts for this section. Do use action words to describe your job experiences. Use words like led, assisted, and created. Make sure you be honest and don't over-exaggerate about your job experience. Don't say you're a manager if you're a team member. Your employer will appreciate honesty more than a bunch of experience. And now for the don'ts. Don't use casual or unprofessional language like slang or emojis when describing your experience or in your resume at all. Make sure you proofread everything. And don't have a big gap in your resume experience. If you were unemployed for 10 years, at least show something to show that you are occupied. It can be something as simple as casual volunteer work. Now this section can be its own, or it can be a subsection of education. Let's talk about your skills. You want to list your top skills for the job that you're applying for. So if you're a graphic designer, you want to list that you're proficient in Adobe. If you're in cosmetology, you want to list that you have your cosmetology license. If you don't have any particular skills for the job that you're applying for, then you can list more generalized ones, like teamwork and a good speaker. Here are a few additional options that you can use for your resume if it seems fit, but you must use these sparingly. Add some color. If you're in a creative field and want to spice up your resume, add some color to it to show off your design skills. If you're in a social media field, then you should probably link your socials to show off your social media skills and to show your following. Here are the do's and don'ts for this last section. Do list any unique skill like languages, certifications, and any unique opportunity that can set you apart from the crowd. Make sure your references are available and ready to roll. If they aren't available and aren't ready, then it may be stressful in the moment. But do not put on your resume that references are available upon request. And finally, do not use a pre-made template. Most companies have a scanner or system that reads resumes and can recognize that a template was used, so then it voids it or ignores it completely. And plus, it doesn't make you unique or set you apart from the crowd. That's it! You've got a resume that's ready to grow with you. Keep it updated, and remember, your journey starts now.